Welcome back to our channel, Amorous Intimacy. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on our latest content. Today, we're tackling a crucial topic, the 7 signs of an incompatible relationship. Listen, being in a relationship can be one of the most fulfilling things in life, but let's be real, it can also be a real struggle if you're with the wrong person. How do you know if you're just going through a rough patch or if you're stuck in a relationship that's not meant to be? That's what we're going to dig into today. If you're questioning whether you and your partner are truly a good match, this video is for you. Let's get started. So you're in a relationship and there's conflict. That's normal, right? Well, yes, to a point. Disagreements are a part of life, but when you're constantly butting heads with your partner, when every little thing turns into a major blow-up, then we've got a problem. This isn't about disagreeing on what to have for dinner. This is about deep-seated differences that keep leading to the same arguments. It's like a broken record, and it wears down the foundation of your relationship. You know what I'm talking about. That same fight about the dishes, the in-laws, or money. Constant conflict creates resentment, anger, and a whole lot of hurt. It's exhausting, and frankly, it's a sign that something's got to give. If you're stuck in a constant cycle of conflict, it's time to ask yourselves, what are we really fighting about? And is this something we can fix, or are we just too different? Think about it, folks. Are you fighting for the relationship, or are you fighting just to be right? There's a big difference. And if it's the latter, well, you're not really fighting for the relationship at all, are you? Remember, relationships are supposed to bring joy, support, and love into your life. They shouldn't leave you feeling drained and defeated. If all you're doing is fighting, it's time to take a long, hard look at why that is and what you can do about it. Let's talk about values, folks. Values are the guiding principles that shape who you are and what you believe in. They're the non-negotiables, the things you hold dear. Now, when you're in a relationship, it's crucial that you and your partner are on the same page when it comes to your core values. Think about it. If one person values honesty above all else, and the other thinks it's okay to bend the truth, that's going to cause some serious friction. Or if one person is deeply religious and the other is an atheist, that difference in spiritual beliefs can create a huge chasm in the relationship. Look, I'm not saying you have to agree on everything, but when it comes to the big stuff, family, religion, morals, life goals, you need to be on the same page. These are the things that will guide your decisions and shape your future together. If you're constantly clashing over values, it's a major red flag. It means you're coming from 2 different worlds, and that can make building a strong, lasting relationship incredibly difficult. It's like trying to build a house on a foundation of sand. It's just not going to stand the test of time. Listen, I'm not saying you and your partner need to have identical hobbies, but having some common ground, some shared interests, is crucial for a healthy relationship. When you enjoy spending time together, when you have activities you're both passionate about, it creates a bond, a sense of shared joy and adventure. Think about it. What do you do for fun? What are you passionate about? Now, do those things align with your partner's interests? If the answer is no, it doesn't necessarily mean your relationship is doomed, but it does mean you need to put in some extra effort to connect on other levels. When you don't have any shared interests, it can be tough to find things to do together, and that can lead to boredom, resentment, and feeling disconnected. It's like living parallel lives instead of building a life together. Now, I'm not saying you need to become joined at the hip, but having some shared activities, whether it's hiking, going to concerts, or just cuddling up on the couch to watch a movie, can make a world of difference. It gives you something to look forward to, something to bond over, and it helps keep the spark alive. Let's talk about communication, folks. It's the lifeblood of any relationship. I'm talking about really talking, not just about what's for dinner or who's picking up the dry cleaning. I'm talking about sharing your thoughts, your feelings, your dreams, your fears. When you can communicate openly and honestly with your partner, it creates a deep sense of intimacy and connection. It builds trust and allows you to navigate challenges together. But when communication breaks down, it's like a cancer that eats away at the foundation of your relationship. So, what does poor communication look like? It's constant misunderstandings. It's feeling unheard and unvalidated. It's walking on eggshells because you're afraid to say how you really feel. It's the silent treatment, passive-aggressive jabs, and explosive arguments that stem from bottled-up emotions. Look, we all communicate differently, and that's okay. But you need to find a way to communicate effectively with each other, a way that works for both of you. That means being honest, being respectful, and being willing to listen without judgment. Let's talk about effort, folks. Relationships are a two-way street. It's about both partners showing up, putting in the work, and making an effort to nurture the relationship. When one person is constantly carrying the weight, it creates an imbalance that can lead to resentment, exhaustion, and feeling unappreciated. Think about it. Who's making the plans? Who's initiating intimacy? Who's going the extra mile to make the other person feel loved and appreciated? If it's always one person, that's a problem. Look, I'm not saying it has to be a perfect 50-50 split all the time, but there needs to be a balance. Both partners need to feel like they're invested in the relationship, that they're pulling their weight, and that their efforts are reciprocated. When one person is putting in all the effort, it's like trying to clap with one hand. It's just not going to work. You need both hands working together to create that beautiful sound. Now let's talk about life goals. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? 10 years? What are your dreams, your aspirations, your long-term goals? These are big questions, folks, and they're even bigger when you're in a relationship. You see, when you're building a life with someone, you need to be on the same page about where you're headed. If one person dreams of traveling the world and the other wants to settle down and start a family, that's a fundamental difference in life goals that can create a lot of tension and heartache down the road. It's not just about big picture goals like career and family either. It's about the smaller things too. Do you want to live in the city or the country? Do you want to be financially independent, or are you okay with a more modest lifestyle? These may seem like minor details, but they can add up to major areas of conflict if you're not on the same page. Look, I'm not saying you need to have your entire future mapped out together, but you need to have a shared vision, a sense of where you're headed as a couple. If your paths are going in completely different directions, it's going to be very difficult to walk them together. Let's talk about emotional support, folks. Relationships are supposed to be a safe haven, a place where you feel loved, supported, and understood. It's about being there for each other through thick and thin, through the good times and the bad. When you have a partner who truly supports you emotionally, it gives you strength, it gives you confidence, and it helps you navigate the challenges of life. But when that emotional support is lacking, it can leave you feeling alone, isolated, and emotionally drained. So what does a lack of emotional support look like? It's feeling dismissed when you try to share your feelings. It's being met with criticism or judgment instead of empathy and understanding. It's feeling like you have to go through difficult times alone because your partner isn't there for you emotionally. Look, we all need someone we can lean on, someone who has our back, someone who makes us feel seen and heard. If you're not getting that from your partner, it's a sign that something is seriously wrong. And there you have it, the 7 signs of an incompatible relationship. Recognizing these signs is the first step toward understanding whether your relationship is truly fulfilling. Remember, it's important to have honest conversations with your partner and, if needed, seek guidance from a professional. Relationships can be tough, but they can also be incredibly rewarding. Don't settle for a relationship that drains you, that leaves you feeling unfulfilled, or that makes you question your worth. You deserve to be with someone who loves you, supports you, and makes you feel like you can conquer the world together. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with others who might benefit from it. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or experiences, and don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content like this. Thanks for watching.